Hello, welcome. Please be seated. So let me first introduce myself. My name is Mark Stetter, and I have the privilege and honor of being the Dean for the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Science. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, please turn off your cell phone. I want to welcome you to this very special night, Commencement 2013. A great day and a day we celebrate and recognize the accomplishments of our wonderful students, but I also want to remember all the other supporters in the room as far as family, friends, and that are faculty here tonight. We're so pleased that you were able to join us today. Thank you for making the time. Thank you for traveling the many, many miles that it may have taken you to bring us all together. Let me start with some key introductions. Those of the platform party that are here in front of us tonight, I'm going to ask that each person stand up as I introduce them, and then I'm going to ask that we hold our applause till everybody has been introduced from the platform party. Let me start with Dr. Colin Clay, our professor and head for the Biomedical Sciences. Dr. Sandra Quackenbush, professor and associate head for microbiology, immunology, and pathology. Dr. C.W. Miller, professor and associate head for biomedical sciences. Dr. David Gilkey, associate professor and director, environmental, radiological, and health sciences. Professor Susan Dines, associate professor and associate head for microbiology, immunology, and pathology. Please join me in recognizing the platform members. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Clayton Schuler, graduate in biomedical science, who has been selected by his peers in the College Student Council to make this commencement address today. Clayton, would you please come up to the podium and make your remarks? Thank you.
Greetings. I'm sure everyone graduating today remembers sitting through the first Gen Chem lab. We watched the candle burn for 3 hours. It was miserable writing the 5-page paper on it, but through it we learned, even if it is just that we didn't want to be chemists. If only we realized then how easy it was. Next came OChem, genetics, toxicology, immunology, pathophys, you name it. After many all-nighters studying, we're finally here, and we have a plethora of knowledge under our belts to show for it, along with our unavoidable caffeine addictions. So, we're here now. We have our degrees. What's next? Find a chance to prove yourself. Unfortunately, finding that niche may be harder than we'd prefer. I know some of you know exactly what you want to do with your degrees, but many of you are like me, unsure of your next steps in your lives. But no matter your position, keep looking for additional opportunities that interest you. You may find something new that you enjoy along the way. Just by sitting here in your graduation gown, it is evident that you are go-getters. You took advantage of your opportunities and now have a world-class education to show for it. That was the biggest step. Now all you need to do is find an opening to prove yourself. But remember, not every opportunity is as apparent as college was. This is why I urge you to be vigilant in looking for chances that further your goals. Apply for everything you can. Keep in touch with your teachers, your colleagues, and your advisors, and ask them to remember you with any opportunities that may arise. These connections you make in college will provide you with more career options than any other factor. When I first started looking for field experience, I went to my counselor. I was directed to a multitude of applications and encouraged to apply. Although I've been rejected more times than I can count, sheer numbers guaranteed me a few positions. And through the context that I made here, I was provided with fields of opportunity. I now participate in operating room spinal surgery monitoring, primary research, and a few other positions which fascinate me. So these positions have helped me realize what I want to do, but more significantly, I now realize the importance of keeping our relationships with our associates that we have made. This is what will provide the majority of opportunities, which is all that we now need for the next step in our lives. Remember, you have already conquered the largest stride towards your future just by being here at CSU. As you go forward, all you have to do is obtain a chance to prove yourself, and your education will speak for itself. Be confident. We've endured everything that science has thrown at us so far, and we will continue to do so as we become the future of science and healthcare. Thank you.
Well said, Clayton. Thank you very much. It is a special treat to recognize students who are graduating with distinctions and honors. And for students being honored, I'm going to ask that you please stand and remain standing until all of your colleagues have been introduced. And I'm going to ask the audience to please hold your applause until everybody is standing. Let me start by talking to you about the distinction based on grade point average. Summa cum laude are graduates that are in the top 1% of their class. Magna cum laude are graduates in the next 3% of their class, and cum laude graduates are in the next 6% of their class. These graduates may be wearing special gold bachelor's regalia. First, Stephen Denham, Jonathan Seaman are both graduating summa cum laude, and Adelaide Helmers is graduating cum laude. Candidates graduating at University Honors Scholars or Disciplinary Honors Scholars have to complete an honors programs course, a thesis, and then also maintain a GPA of greater than 3.5. These students may be wearing green bachelor's regalia. Candidates for graduation in the Honors Scholars are Kira Terry, Clayton Schuler, Adelaide Helmers, Stephen Denham, Timothy Burton, Hannah Beal, and Hannah Atkins. And we're not done yet. The National Society of Collegiate Scholars and Phi Beta Kappa Honorary Societies recognize college seniors for achievements in scholarship, leadership, and service. From the National Society of Collegiate Scholars, we recognize Hannah Atkins. From Phi Beta Kappa, we recognize Timothy Burton. Please join me in congratulating all these outstanding graduates. Thank you, and please be seated. The college is particularly proud when recognizing outstanding graduates in the specific degree programs. During each graduating term, all graduates are evaluated by their department faculty, members of the unit granting the degree, to determine if a graduate has risen through achievements and promise to the level of outstanding graduate. This is an honor of the highest order and one that may not be bestowed every semester. We are privileged tonight to recognize two graduates, one from biomedical science and one from microbiology. I'm going to ask Dr. C.W. Miller and Dr. Professor Susan Dynas to come forward and to present the awards for these recipients. Will Adelaide Helmers and Jonathan Seaman please proceed to the podium?
Congratulations, all graduates tonight from the three departments. Hi, Addie.
Hi.
Congratulations to you. So on behalf of the faculty from the Department of Biomedical Sciences and on behalf of our department head, Colin Clay, I'd like to say a few words about Addie as our outstanding graduate. Addie graduated in 3.5 years with 150 credits. She brought in a few, obviously, from elsewhere, from high school. She's just a few ticks away, as you heard Dr. Stetter mention, from 4.0. But Addie, besides being an excellent student, accomplished so much more, which made the selection committee zoom in on Addie and select her for the outstanding senior. And like all of our graduates, the three undergraduate majors provide students with a learning experience which allows them to go out beyond what they've done in biomedical sciences, microbiology, and environmental health. So Addie, you worked in 3 research labs. You worked in Davis, California, where you did some work on zinc in brain development. You also worked with our own department of ERHS, where you worked with a colleague on radiation in eyes, and I called your supervisor, and she had some unbelievable things to say about you, and she said you did some very boring, tedious things, but you're very dedicated. She said you scruff mice for 3 hours at a time, probably in the dark because you're photographing, or somebody is photographing the eyes of these mice that had been radiated. So she described you as hardworking, dedicated, enthusiastic, and always asking for more work to be done. You did a clinical lab in Austin, Texas, where you're involved in vitro fertilization, again, showing how versatile you are. You were a teaching assistant in another college in the Department of Biology. You also continue to manage a student computer lab in the Department of Health and Human Sciences. She also completed a honors thesis with Dr. V, you guys, Dr. Vera Machinini. The title of that was Diethylstilbestrol, or DES, a continuing saga of its impacts on the human reproduction. Do you want to hear what Dr. V said about you? Sure. Do you guys want to hear what he said? It's going to be short, as you can imagine. Addie has a penchant for scientific inquiry and is precise and professional, rare attributes for students of her age and contemporary times. Can't you just see Dr. V composing that? Addie, you're headed off to be a research scientist at a biotech firm in Texas, Verasite, where you're going to be working with developing new techniques for thyroid cancer detection. Addie ultimately plans to become an attorney in the health law area. Addie, we also checked, or Kelly checked out your Facebook page and found out again that you want to be in health law. But what's neat about Addie, she wrote on her face page about her favorite experience here at CSU, and I could hardly wait to find out what that was. I wanted to know what class it was. Was it BMS 460 or maybe 492 or something like that? But no, it was climbing her first 14er, Pikes Peak, an experience, to quote Addie, I will never forget. Addie also wrote on face page, I would like to thank her family, or my family, and friends for supporting me during my college education, as well as all the professors who helped make this college experience both positive and rewarding. Addie, these are just a few of the reasons why you were chosen by the faculty as the outstanding senior from BMS. You've shown your adaptability in working in a variety of settings, research labs, teaching labs, clinical labs, computer labs, just to name the major ones. You're not only academically stellar, but you have many other abilities beyond your academic prowess. You've been amazing and have made the most of your college career, and we wish you well. We wish you well. We want you to know that you're going to be missed, so congratulations, Addie, for being the outstanding senior.
Thank you so
for fall.
I just want to make a comment that when I first looked out at this room, and I thought if this was a lecture hall, all of the students would be in the back of the room. So obviously, you're not college students anymore. Each semester, our faculty recognize an outstanding graduate based on academic excellence and/or service to the department or the community. And I have to say that in this group of graduating seniors this semester, there are a number of really remarkable people, which made this decision difficult to choose just one person. Nice problem to have, though, in the department. But Jonathan stands out even in this group of truly outstanding individuals. His academic record is sterling. He has a perfect 4.0 GPA. Yeah, it's very impressive. And what that means is that Jonathan earned an A in every course that he took at Colorado State. And in fact, in some cases, the instructor actually awarded him an A+ in recognition of his superior performance in the class. And Jonathan earned those really good grades, completing the rigorous curriculum required not only for a degree in microbiology, but also for a minor in chemistry. In fact, Jonathan was a chemistry major for his first year at Colorado State, but then he saw the light and he became a microbiology major, and that was a good day for MIP. Not surprisingly, faculty often comment about Jonathan's performance in their courses, and they're good comments. For example, Dr. Roxanne Karkoff-Schweitzer writes, and I quote, "Jonathan is an exceptional academic student and thinker. He is one of the best undergraduates who took and excelled in the graduate level microbial and molecular genetics laboratory course. He is a delightful and positive person in personality, never gets down, just keeps smiling, and works harder to achieve." End of quote. In addition to being a full-time student, Jonathan also works full-time in the research laboratory of Dr. Brian Foy. And Dr. Foy also he sings Brian's praises, and he has many complimentary things to say about Brian's achievements as of Jonathan's achievements as a young researcher. And in the spring of 2013, Jonathan was one of only 30 students in the country to be awarded an undergraduate research fellowship from the American Society for Microbiology. So that's pretty impressive. And he will present his findings at the General National Meeting of ASM in Boston this May. And in addition, Jonathan is already a co-author on an article that is in press for publication in the Journal of Entomology. And that's really an accomplishment for an undergraduate student. To top it all off, Jonathan is a paid teaching assistant for the undergraduate microbial genetics course. He likes that microbial genetics stuff. Yeah, I don't know. And he's also a member of Premedica. And Jonathan hopes to be admitted into an MD, PhD program, and I think he has an excellent chance of achieving that goal. So I think he is truly an outstanding student. I think you would probably agree. Please join me in congratulating Jonathan.
Wow. Congratulations to both Adeline and Jonathan. Job well done. Dr. Blem?
Thank you, Dean Stetter. It's now my privilege to present these students and to confirm that each graduate before us tonight has been recommended for the degree from the faculty of the department that they represent based on their achievements in the program of study, and have been recommended by that same faculty in the discipline to receive their academic degree tonight.
Graduates, please rise as we confer your degree. As a group, please. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor's of Science with all the rights, privileges, obligations, responsibilities thereunto and appertaining. Guests, family members, colleagues, please join me congratulating these graduates on this huge achievement. Please have a seat. So this is just a moment while they let me kind of go off script for a moment, and I wanted to share just a couple of words. You know, we all have significant milestones in our lives that help kind of define our journey. For me, it was about 30 years ago when I was in our graduate shoes getting an undergraduate degree and bachelor's in I wish it was biomedical sciences, it was biochemistry. And for me, this was a huge milestone in that it opened up a variety of new doors for me, a professional school, acquiring great jobs in a variety of different areas in nonprofits and conservation, and working for a large corporation, and eventually leading me here to be professor and dean for this wonderful college. And I know that this milestone will now open a variety of doors for all of you, and I know I speak for everybody in the audience when we look forward to what doors these will be We look forward to following your journeys, and we look forward to seeing the great things that you will be doing in the years ahead. So now I'm going to ask our commencement marshals to join, along with Dr. Erica Suchman, Professor of Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology, to escort the graduates to the platform. Dr. Ken Blem, our Associate Dean for the undergraduate program, will read a unique statement about each graduate, and then each graduate will be honored on the platform.
It is my pleasure to introduce the graduates of the Department of Biomedical Sciences. They will be greeted by Department Head Dr. Colin Clay and offered congratulations by Associate Head Dr. C.W. Miller and Dean Stetter. Our first graduate, Clayton Schuler of Palmer Lake, Colorado. Clayton conducted HIV research under Dr. Ramesh Akina and volunteered with Poudre Valley Hospital EMT Reserves, the Larimer County Dive Rescue Team as well. Clayton plans to work as a neurophysiologist with neuriome until pursuing medical school. Adelaide Claire Helmers of Austin, Texas, was involved with the Honors Student Association, was a member of Biomedical Student Association, and completed a summer research internship at the University of California, Davis. Addie plans to work in the biotechnology industry and to apply to law school. Outbursts of joy are always in order. Hannah Layton Beal of Park City, Utah, was Vice President of Chi Omega, researched with a surgical laboratory at the University of Utah, and volunteered as a phlebotomist at a clinic for the uninsured. I'm sure Hannah will be inviting certain associate deans to ski at Park City as well, I'm hoping. Hannah is currently applying to medical schools. Hannah Lee Batchelor was a member of Pre-Medica, was involved with CSU's Outdoor Club, and completed her EMT certification. Hannah is applying to CSU's Professional Masters in Assisted Reproductive Technologies. Her future plans include Peace Corps and medical school. James Pison Hinterlong of Elgin, Illinois, worked as a resident assistant, was president of Phi Mu Alpha, and proudly finished his degree after a 2.5-year hiatus. James will work as a CNA and a personal fitness trainer and hopes to pursue medical school. Adrienne Brown is from Colorado Springs, and with her tonight is guide dog in training Yankee. Adrienne was a member of the Pre-Vet Club, served as a vice president of Spanish Club, and volunteered at the Larimer Humane Society. Adrienne has applied to veterinary medical school. Danielle Don Mayer of Fort Collins researched at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, was a CSU Pre-Dental Club member, coached Poudre High School girls basketball, and will be the 2014 Larimer County Fair and Rodeo Queen. Danielle is applying to dental school. Dustin George Brown of Thornton conducted cancer research under Dr. Elizabeth Ryan, volunteered for Poudre Valley Health Foundation, and was actively involved with Mortarboard Honor Society. Dustin will continue researching with Dr. Ryan while applying to MD, PhD programs. Kira Dawn Terry of Brighton was a peer mentor for the honors program for 4 years, worked at a veterinary clinic, and played intramural soccer. Kira plans to travel, volunteer with a medical mission, and apply to pharmacy school. Rachel Knoll of Fort Collins studied abroad in Australia, volunteered at Oak Ridge Nursing Facility, and worked as a nursing assistant at the Rehabilitation and Nursing Center of the Rockies. Rachel plans to work, volunteer, and apply to medical school. It is now my pleasure to introduce our sole graduate this evening from the Department of Environmental and Radiological Health Sciences. The graduate will be graded by Associate Department Head David Gilkey and offered congratulations by Dean Mark Stetter. Matthew Whitaker is from Morrison, Colorado. He worked as a cook for CSU catering throughout college and hopefully oversaw the reception later on tonight, and completed 2 internships with the Water Quality and Environmental Compliance Department at the City of Arvada. Matt has just accepted a job yesterday at Veolia Environmental Services. It is now my pleasure to present the graduates of the Department of Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology. They will be greeted by Associate Head and Professor Sandra Quackenbush and offered congratulations by Associate Professor Susan Dinas and Dean Mark Stetter. Jonathan Allen Seaman is from Longmont. As a student, Jonathan was an essential member of Dr. Foy's lab, and his work there resulted in an upcoming publication in the Journal of Medical Entomology. Jonathan was the recipient of a highly competitive fellowship from the American Society of Microbiology. Jonathan will continue his work with Dr. Foy and plans to attend medical school. Tristan Wolf is from Fort Collins. While at Colorado State, Tristan was a laboratory assistant for our food microbiology course and served as the vice president of the Microbiology Student Association. Tristan plans to pursue a career in industry. Margaret Ann Tumbleson is from Castle Rock, Colorado. While at Colorado State, Margaret worked in a mycobacteria laboratory for a veterinary clinic and also as a crew member for a hot air balloon team. Margaret is looking for a career in humanitarian outreach and is especially interested in the prevalence of rabies in developing countries. Victoria Chang is from Commerce City, Colorado. Victoria worked in the laboratory of Dr. Dean Crick and was also involved in the Colorado State Chinese Club. She is considering a career in medical laboratory science. Alexandra Kumor is from Ottawa, Canada. While at Colorado State, Alexandra worked as a microbiology tutor and was the vice president of the Colorado State German Club. Alexandra will earn degrees in both microbiology and German, and she has accepted a position as a quality control analyst with RFI Ingredient in Loveland. Colleen Ruth Sherry is from Boulder, Colorado. I'm going to quit calling you guys the Death Star after, that type of greeting over there. While at Colorado State, Colleen worked in the laboratory of Dr. Angela Izzo and has also completed a minor in anthropology and did a semester at sea. Colleen, possibilities for future plans include employment, focusing on, yeah, I know, Mom and Dad particularly, focusing on tuberculosis. Tyler Eric Swaim is from Lakewood, Colorado. Tyler was involved heavily in intramural sports while at Colorado State. Tyler plans to pursue a career in the brewing industry and has recently accepted a job at a brewery in Highlands Ranch. Stephen Denham is from Greeley, Colorado. While at Colorado State, Stephen worked in the laboratory of Dr. Bill Black, where he focused on mosquito host-seeking behavior after exposure to insecticide-treated netting. Stephen is also part of the genetically engineered machines team. Stephen plans to pursue a PhD in microbiology. Hannah Atkins from Richmond, Kentucky. While at Colorado State, Hannah was part of the pre-pharmacy club and participated in numerous community service projects. Hannah will begin pharmacy school at CU this fall. Hannah was also involved in Spanish Club for a number of years and helped exchange students learn English. Nicole Godoti is from Santa Barbara, California. While at Colorado State, Nicole was an intern for the Little Shop of Physics, where she taught children. Nicole has been accepted to the Master of Science program in Early Childhood Education, where she will also see secondary licensure as a science teacher. Guy Richard Stewart is from Riverton, Illinois. As a student, Guy has worked in the laboratory of Dr. Lucas Argueso. He was also a member of the first team to participate in the International Genetically Engineered Machine Competition. He was the president of 2 campus clubs, and he plans to pursue a PhD offered by the European Union that focuses on yeast cells. If accepted, he'll be based in Dublin. Alexander Starko is from Silverthorne, Colorado. While at Colorado State, Alexander worked in Dr. Mark Zabel's lab. He will eventually pursue a dream in the brewing industry. Rachel Nicole Marquez is from Oak Hill, Virginia. While at Colorado State, Rachel was a senator for College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, a member of the ASCSU, treasurer for the CSU Chinese Club, and worked in avian influenza research. Rachel is a volunteer with the Larimer Humane Society and will be pursuing a master's degree in microbiology with the ultimate goal of attending veterinary school. Timothy A. Burton is from Fort Collins. While at Colorado State, Tim was an essential member of Dr. Foy's laboratory, where he focused on mosquito vectors of malaria as well as West Nile virus. Tim will continue to work in Dr. Foy's lab and hasn't entirely given up on the idea of becoming an astronaut or Superman. Tim plans to attend graduate school in virology. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating this outstanding group of young men and women. We can honestly say that what you heard culminate about 3 o'clock this afternoon might have been a wonderful miracle. What you've just witnessed tonight was very deliberate and hard work by a number of outstanding young men and women, culminating in this latest achievement.
Well, I can say on behalf of the entire College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, I extend to all of our fall 2013 graduates congratulations on a job well done. We share your sense of achievement, the pride and satisfaction on this very significant accomplishment. Now I'd like to pay a tribute to a vital force here at the university, a force which each of us that receive a degree play a big part, and I'm referring to the Colorado State University Alumni Association. I'm pleased to call to the podium Dr. David Gilkey, a Colorado State alum himself, who will induct our newest alumni. First, I'd like to acknowledge a formal student giving effort on these soon-to-be alumni. Those of the biomedical sciences had an opportunity to contribute to the first senior gift to benefit Colorado State and the department. It is your decision to become a Colorado State donor, and you carry this proud tradition of alumni giving back to your alma mater already. Students who contributed to the biomedical science senior gift are wearing a special lapel pin to acknowledge their contribution and the honor and the experience that they've had in supporting those around them. Thank you for caring for the future of Colorado State and making this gift. I will also note, as Dr. Blem did, that this is a special day in many, many ways. I am not a huge football fan, but for anybody who is anywhere around campus today or around a television, a pretty big special milestone for Colorado State. I think you'll be seeing the highlights, the end of that game for a long, long, long time to come. So, go Rams, and take it away, Dr. Gilkey.
Welcome out to this wonderful celebration on this snowy night. And I tell you what, graduates, we won that game for you, okay? When you stepped onto this campus for the first time, you were one of 27,000 students who donned the green and gold and began to look forward to the day that you would walk across this stage and receive your diploma. Well, I'm so happy to tell you that day has arrived. Today, you sit in a place of honor as a graduate of Colorado State University. You are now part of a family of nearly 200,000 Colorado State alumni worldwide. And on behalf of the CSU Alumni Association, I would like to congratulate you on your remarkable journey to becoming an alumni. As one journey ends, a new one begins. And your CSU Alumni Association is here to help you settle in a new city, network with fellow alumni, and stay connected to Colorado State. To start that connection, we invite you to visit our website and see the professional development services that we offer. Join our LinkedIn alumni group. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We're never more than a click away whenever you need our help. And 5 years from now, when you wonder where time has gone and how your college roommate is doing, well, we'll be here to help you reconnect. No matter what you need, look us up. We'll always be your connection to Colorado State University and your fellow Rams. We wish you all the best as you go out into the world to make your mark. Stay in touch, be an active graduate, and go Rams.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gilkey. And as you know, this college is actually ranked one of the finest, not only in the nation, but in the world. And it takes a great many things that have to come together to make this level of excellence. Two of the most critical elements are the students and the faculty. And I know that we have the very best of both of these categories. I'd like to take a moment and ask all the faculty members that are here with us tonight to stand and be recognized. Thank you very much for all that you do. I also think that it is extremely appropriate that our new graduates show the appreciation of some of the individuals who have contributed to your achievements in being here today. I'd like to ask all the parents, spouses, family, and friends of the graduates to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for all that you did to make this such a milestone and a huge event for our graduates today. I'm going to ask that the members of the audience please remain seated while the platform group, students and faculty leave the ballroom, and as the Colorado State alma mater is played, I hope that you can join us just after the commencement ceremony in the lobby just outside here on the left to join us for some refreshments and mingling after this reception. Thank you all for being with us today at this commencement. Have a wonderful holiday and a wonderful new year. Thank you.